Next, we'd like to honor a woman who has trained many in this room and many, many more outside of it. She's been an inspiration to etymologists and other pest management professionals and has helped pave the way for women in professional pest management to further their careers. Let's learn more about Pat Hottel.
Patricia Hottel is a renowned pest management trainer and leader whose career has been shaped by mentorship and a passion for education and learning. Hottel's journey into pest control began as a college student with Dr. Austin Frischman, also a pest management professional Hall of Famer from the class of 2002. Dr. Frischman's dynamic teaching style and commitment to recruiting students into his entomology program inspired her to switch her major from biology to entomology. Over nearly 5 decades, Hottel has dedicated herself to sharing her pest control knowledge. She started her career at Bermuda Pest Control before moving on to McLeod Services. Following McLeod's acquisition by Terminix in 2019 and Rent-A-Kill in 2022, she now works for Rent-A-Kill Terminix. Third-generation company owner Tom McLeod hired Hottel, at the time one of only a few women serving the industry in a technical role. Because the visionary company leader was instrumental in starting the Copasan Technical Committee that same year, Hottel, who was named McLeod Services' new technical director, became part of that organization from the very start. While on the Copasan Technical Committee, she was able to interact with technical directors of similar-sized and larger companies. They shared their technical expertise, training knowledge, and more over the years. In her role as a technical manager, Hottel emphasizes providing technical and training support for technicians. With a primary focus on fumigation, she ensures her team has the resources they need to succeed. Hottel embodies Dr. Frischman's philosophy, which is, "Your success is my success." This guiding principle shapes her approach to training and mentoring others in the industry, focusing on what truly matters, ensuring the success of those she supports. In the 1970s, Hottel made headlines as a 20-year-old female technician at Bermuda Pest Control. Her presence in a male-dominated field was groundbreaking and paved the way for future generations of women in pest management. Hottel began her academic journey at the State University of New York at Farmingdale before transferring to the University of Georgia. She later returned to school to earn her master's degree in instructional technology from the University of Missouri. This fulfilled a long-held personal goal. Dr. Frischman taught his students about much more than entomology, Hottel says. He emphasized the importance of giving back, not only in your personal life, but in your professional life as well. As a strong advocate for women in the industry, Hottel is a founding member of Professional Women in Pest Management. She remains actively involved in industry meetings, where she enjoys reconnecting with both friends and colleagues. Outside of work, Hottel has been happily married to Andy for 42 years. Together they have 3 sons: Robbie, a horticulturist, Justin, a sales representative in graphic arts, and Dr. Ben Hottel, who serves as a technical services manager for Rollins. She also has 2 daughters-in-law, Laura and Kaylee. Hottel loves learning and shows no signs of slowing down. She thrives on new experiences and continues to share her knowledge with others. With Dr. Frischman still offering guidance throughout her career, she looks forward to celebrating future successes together.
Well, good evening, everyone. It certainly is an honor, privilege to receive this award tonight. But it's not a journey that I did on my own, as some of those individuals have been recognized already. Have a lot to be thankful for, including my family and professional associates over the years. So starting with my family, my husband of 42 years, unable to make it tonight unfortunately, but he's here virtually. So say hi, Andy. Hi, Andy. He followed me up from Florida, where I was working, to Illinois to start our journey together, our life together. We have 3 sons, as the video mentioned, Ben, Justin, and Robbie. And I have to say, raising 3 boys is quite an adventure. We talked about this, Bill, a little bit, right? We had 4 brothers, but certainly could not imagine a life without those boys. So I love you dearly. I didn't have daughters through birth, but I got, and I hoped for, daughters eventually through marriage. And I have two wonderful daughters-in-law, Laura and Kaylee, that are also here tonight. My sister Sue, best friend, person that knows me the longest, right, is also here, and her husband Tom. I thank you both for being here and love you so much. Professionally, Dennis D'Souza I have to thank. I was 19 years old when I applied for my job at Bermuda Pest Control, and he took a risk, I think, hiring me, right? But no better place to learn the craft of pest management than the paradise of Bermuda Island. Kind of a weird internship, you might say, back then. Thinking I was going to be there a year, I stayed 3 years because I loved it so much. And I'm very thankful to the staff, Dennis, and the staff of Bermuda Pest Control. My next opportunity came with Tom McLeod, and Tom took stewardship of the industry very seriously. Austin Frischman said, important to give back. Tom McLeod allowed me to give back, supporting me to attend NPMA committees and get involved in the association, which really helped advance my career. Tom also was a supporter of something called Copasan Technical Committee. And back when I started in 1980 with McLeod, we were teams of one typically. There weren't big technical departments, right? And having that support of other like technical directors, that we could share technical knowledge and training plans and friendship and support, moral support, because if you're a technical person in a company of non-technical people, sometimes it can be challenging. And so it's very important to have the Copasan Technical Committee. Folks like Shep, who's in the audience, right? Jeff Weir, Eric Smith, Richard Berman, Bill Colby, Earl Halberg, Scott McNeely, who am I forgetting? So many people, right? And hopefully they know who they are if I forgot. Jay Breach, another one. I would be half the entomologist today if it hadn't been for that committee, so it's really important. And then the other thing about McLeod, I worked for them almost 40 years. The importance of science, the discovery aspects of science. And so whether you're in the field, which I love to be in the field, in the classroom, that feeling of discovery that science brings is certainly important. And that joy that you can experience when other like-minded people share that. So whether you're out in the field and seeing an insect, bed bugs, for so many years weren't out there, right, for many of us, behaviors of insects that you haven't seen before, solving a customer's problem, and sharing that, more importantly, not just for your own success, but with others. And that feeling of joy that you get from those like-minded people joining you in that experience of science is what makes me stay and do what I do today. McLeod sold in 2019, so I started a journey with Terminix and now Rent-A-Kill North America. My cheerleader at Terminix is in this room, Dan Baldwin. Always cheering for me at Terminix, so Dan, I appreciate it. And I love the opportunity to thank people, because Dan, I don't think I've ever thanked you, right? And through this whole process, Heather, thank you for this, because there's people that have sent me notes of congratulations that I never thanked before, right? And we all need to thank those that have been part of our lives, part of our success, that means so much to us. So I really appreciate that. Cassie Craichin, I don't think is here, but Cassie's another one of those people, inspiration. I work with Terminix and Rent-A-Kill, inspiration and her leadership. And then Chris Davis, I'd like to mention at Rent-A-Kill, who's brought me into fumigation. We're always changing, right? And that's part of the excitement of the industry. Thank you, Heather and Marty, right? It's wonderful. I can't keep up this tradition, so thank you so much.